I like to give the example of a dentist. You go to a dentist,
Mm-hmm.
you don't only go when your tooth is aching.
Right.
You go
Right.
because you're
Yeah.
interested in your dental health.
Right. Yeah.
So as a chiropractor, I'm interested in your joint health and your muscle health.
Welcome to Behind the Brand, where we uncover the stories, struggles, and successes behind the businesses you love. Today we are here with Doug McClellan, founder of Gunter Chiropractic, to learn how it all started and what it took to bring their vision to life. Welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here. I'm excited.
Good. So, first question for you is, when did you start your business?
So I started my business April 1st of 2024.
Okay.
So coming up on 2 years.
Okay, awesome. What were you doing prior to starting your business? Like, if you started in April, were you already doing chiropractic type stuff somewhere
Yeah,
else?
so I've been practicing chiropractic since about 2014, so about 10 years before
Okay.
that. But I had just been working in different clinics around different types of clinics. I worked in a hospital in Plano for a while. I worked in all kinds of different styles
Yeah.
of clinics. The most recent one, I was at a location in Frisco where the intent there was a possibility to sell me the clinic after I worked there for a little bit, got my feet under me,
Interesting.
and it was sold out from under me. Kind of, I didn't get any notice. It was just a big wake-up call, and then I started the process of like, do I want to go apply and get another job, or am I ready? Do I need to find a place?
Yeah.
And that all kind of coincided with the time when we had just moved up to Frisco from Frisco to North Salina, so
Okay.
north of Salina
Okay.
High School. So I'm just 6 minutes away from Gunter.
Yeah. Yeah.
I-
Because that's where you are now, as in
That's
Salina.
where I am now.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And when I, being so
Home-wise,
close,
anyway.
correct.
But,
Being so
okay.
close to Gunter, I started bringing my family to get, pizza or ice cream, or we started to realize there's stuff in Gunter.
Yeah.
And my initial assumption was, of course, there's a chiropractor there already. And
Nope.
actually, when you search it on maps,
Yeah.
chiropractor near Gunter, there is one that comes up as a Yelp listing
Really?
saying that there's a Gunter Chiropractic clinic or something like that. I forget
Yeah.
the name of it.
I don't know.
So I
'cause-
never looked into it,
Yeah.
initially at least.
Yeah.
So I just said, oh, there's one there. Okay, that's not really an option. It's
Not
too
the
small of a town, at
territory.
least
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah.
But then one day, when this happened, when I suddenly am looking for a job in the near future, I looked into it just another second. I just said, okay, I want to look at their website. Maybe go introduce myself. Maybe
Yeah.
just looking into it just a hair more.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, it's not open. Whatever it is, maybe it was there for a day, maybe it never opened. I'm still not
Yeah.
real sure about that.
I don't know, because we've been here 20 years, and I don't remember a chiropractor ever being here until you came.
So I've
And
heard.
if there
people have
was, it
told
was
me-
maybe before we came. I don't know.
People have told me that the Shelton Veterinary Clinic, it used to be a chiropractic clinic. There was a husband and wife apparently that
Oh,
were there
interesting.
before
Okay.
he took over.
Okay.
The listing that I found, it showed it at 289 and 121. There on that corner, there was.
Oh, I
I'm
wonder
still not
if
real
that's
clear.
where that house is. That's a real estate
That's
office.
kind of what I think.
I'm wondering if, because that was a real estate office before. It is a real estate office before, but yeah, it's,
So I've gotten
things-
the chance to ask different people who have been around for a while, and
Yeah.
some of them say that the sign never actually went up and it never actually
Okay.
opened, but all the the listing and stuff got put up,
yeah,
and then it just never happened.
interesting.
So I don't
Huh.
know exactly, but that
Yeah.
kept me from looking into it at first. But when I looked into it just a little bit more, I realized there's not a
There's
chiropractor
no-
in
yeah.
Gunter. Gunter is a growing town. It's gonna continue growing.
Exactly. Yeah,
Perfect opportunity.
I love it.
Yeah.
And you're on Wellness Row,
And I'm on Wellness Road.
where
and
it's
that-
all wellness, like physical therapy and red light therapy and a bunch of different things.
There were so many things about obviously making a leap to I have a guaranteed paycheck with my old job, and then suddenly making a leap to where I have to create that.
Yeah.
It's scary, but there were so many things that fell into place, and one of them was Wellness Row. One of
Okay.
them,
Yeah.
I reached
'Cause
out
they
to
had
Camry
just
actually.
built that. Yeah.
Yep.
A
I
brand new
had reached
building.
out to Camry before I knew anything about Wellness Row. I reached out to Camry just kind of asking about the lay of the land and up here in Gunner.
Yeah.
And she told me about the new building about to open.
Yep.
And at the time there was one open.
Yeah.
The last available spot was open still.
Yeah.
And it worked out so unbelievably well.
Yeah.
And to just be part of that as
Uh-huh.
it started and as it opened
Yeah.
was incredible.
I
The
love
timing
it.
of that was amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting how timing kind of plays into everything that you do. So yeah, I love it. Can you tell us a little bit more about what products and services you provide?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm a chiropractor. I have a background in sports chiropractic,
Okay.
which means I focus a little bit more on muscles than a lot of
Okay.
chiropractors. No one's ever going to walk into my clinic and just get adjusted and walk out. I'm going to do a little massage work, a little muscle work to loosen things up. Sometimes there's instruction of, hey, this muscle's always tight.
Uh-huh.
We need to start this type of stretch routine or mobility routine.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that'll help, but the long-term fix, we need to start strengthening and stabilizing this area, so here's an exercise you can do.
Right.
So it's never just the treatment you get from me is never just in the clinic. It's in the clinic and
Homework.
in your
Yes.
homework. You have homework, there's things you need to be doing because what people do to get there, they're sitting at a desk or whatever it is that got them to this position where their neck is hurting or their back is hurting.
Yeah.
There are obviously habits that need to change for that
Yeah.
to truly get fixed. Not
Yeah.
just, people don't come to me for a Band-Aid.
Right.
It's not just okay, it's hurting today, let's do this, and you're good for a while.
Yeah.
It's, let's correct this.
Yeah.
And make sure it's not a long-term problem.
Yep. Well, and I've experienced that. I mean, I was a client of yours for a little bit, and we'll definitely be coming back again whenever I feel like I need another adjustment. But yeah, and you were great. You
Appreciate that.
you gave me homework to do, at home to figure out, okay, you need to keep doing this or whatever it is, because there was a couple of situations that I had issues with that you helped me with, and so much better. What inspired you? So we did talk about that a little bit on what inspired you to start your business, because you were tired of, you had a business kind of taken out from underneath you.
Yep.
So that's why you started. That's one of the reasons why you started, but was there did you always have an entrepreneurship mindset that you always wanted to start your own business?
Yeah, I always had the goal.
Okay.
In fact, before knowing that it was going to be in Gunner, I had my logo, I had business,
Yeah.
I had everything planned and laid out,
Yeah.
assuming I was just going to be another one in Frisco or another one in Salina or wherever I opened up.
Right,
That assumption was based on opening up in a place that already has several chiropractors.
right. I gotcha.
But as
Okay.
soon as I learned that Gunner was an option and I would be the first, I had been around enough to know that there's a big advantage in having the city name in
Mhm.
your clinic
Yeah.
name, because people Google the city, they Google chiropractor. It's a lot
Yes.
easier for SEO to help match
Right, yeah.
that.
It's easy to find because they don't have to figure out what is the name of whatever it,
Right,
chiropractor
right.
that I'm looking for, right?
Yeah, and I was so excited about my previous everything, my branding that I had kind of developed and was ready.
Oh, so
I
it was different than what you had for Gunter Chiropractor or Chiropractic.
completely
I mean.
different.
Okay.
Completely different.
Interesting.
And I was really excited about it.
Yeah.
But I had to, and I obviously I love my current branding. I
Yeah.
love the fact that I was able to get into a city.
And it's
have the
great
name.
branding, and it's not one we did either.
Correct.
So,
So
we
my-
actually have evolved, worked with your
Yes,
current,
yes,
what you had
and
done.
that's been awesome. My sister-in-law, she does graphic design, and
Awesome.
does.
She did an
and she-
amazing job.
Yes. So she created my last one with,
Okay.
the brainstorming version of
Yeah.
what I might do, and then as soon as I learned that it was Gunner, we went through a million different things,
Uh-huh.
and she helped hone in, and I love it.
Yeah,
It's-
no,
it's
she
been
did a
awesome.
great job. That's one thing I love. I respect when good graphic design is done right, right? And when I saw yours and saw all the branding board that she did, I was like, okay, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she does.
So it was great. It's great to work with stuff like that that's already done,
Yeah.
to where then we can just build on that with all of your print and promotional products. So no, that's amazing. So you've been in business for 2 years. Almost 2 years.
2 years.
April 1st too.
Right. That was just a coincidence, and I'm just running with it.
So from the time you started to where it is now, has your brand or your vision evolved in that first 2 years? I mean,
Definitely has evolved.
okay.
So right now I'm in a fairly small space, and it works really well for it being a small
Yeah,
operation.
yeah.
It's absolutely perfect for starting out. So
Okay.
that helped the overhead to be, low and very manageable as I
Right.
got started and got things running. But as I get busier, as things, when I'm treating a patient, sometimes there's moments where I say, I wish I could get you under a barbell right now and we could do some of these exercises that I'm talking to you about.
Yeah.
There's a lot of value in demonstrating things, because a lot of people, what I realize is a lot of people, they might have some experience working out, they might have a good amount of experience working out, but a lot of times their form or their understanding exactly how to do it and what they should be going for is
Yeah.
off. Maybe
Well, that's what I was wondering too, because like I've seen, I've worked out for a long time, and the skill level or the technique on how you do certain moves can either make or break your back.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep. And there's so
and
much
your
value.
joints.
Doing deadlifts, awesome
Yeah.
exercise for you. But if you do it wrong, you're going to be going to see a spinal surgeon, you're going to see a chiropractor, you're going to need some help to get out of pain,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But if you do it right, and if you know what you're doing,
Yeah.
you are going to benefit greatly from that. Like that example, deadlifts, that's probably the biggest
Yeah.
exercise that creates pain or injury.
Okay. Okay.
That I see at least, but it's one of the best exercises.
Yeah.
So it really is just a matter of honing that in, and so as my kind of ideas or my vision has evolved,
Mm-hmm.
it's more of, okay, my next step, I need a little more space, and I need a squat rack, and I need just an area where I can do some of these exercises with these patients.
Right.
Just to offer that benefit also of you're getting a chiropractor is a biomechanical expert.
Okay.
Understanding exactly how the body moves, how it's supposed to move, how it's
Right.
supposed to be stabilized, all that stuff. And so what better way to demonstrate that and teach that than to work directly with the doctor.
Right. Yeah.
Watching a
And
video on
show them
YouTube
how
can be great, but
yeah.
right, doing
yeah.
it there.
Yeah. Well, and you work with a lot of athletes too.
Yep.
I mean, through the school system and everything else,
Mhm.
they're doing workouts at school, and then, if they get injured in football or whatever, they need to come see you and get realigned or
Right.
whatever.
Yep.
And
Yep.
have their joints kind of looked at and make sure
Yep.
that they're functioning properly, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. Okay, so as far as marketing goes, you do SEO to help with your
Mhm.
search engine optimization.
Yep.
Marketing materials. We've been honored to be able to help you with a lot of your product,
Yep.
actually.
Yep.
It's funny, I had to write them all down because in the last 2 years, we've done so much with
It's a
you, and I
long
love
list.
it, and I really appreciate
And
your
we-
support
we
to our
loved it.
business as well. We love working with our clients and making sure that their brand gets carried through all
Yeah.
of their print and promotional products. But we started off with business cards
Yep.
and put a virtual card onto your, like a little QR code that goes to a virtual card
Mm-hmm.
for your business cards. And then we did pins, which actually I've got some of your product up here. So your pins we did that you hand out. And your
Those are awesome. There was a time, and that is its own type of special marketing, because sometimes
Pins?
I have a little stash of pens at my desk when people are checking out,
Yeah.
and I encourage people to take them.
Yeah.
And there was a time, actually wasn't that long ago, it was maybe a month or two ago, when I was talking to, I was at church
Okay.
in Prosper.
Yeah.
I was at church, and I look over the family next to me, who, these people are not patients of mine. They've never been in my office. The son, the little 8-year-old son, he's just scribbling, drawing during church,
Yeah.
and he's using my pen. And so I had to talk to
love
them
it.
afterwards, and they had gotten it from a friend,
Yeah.
but I was like, what?
Yeah.
That is so awesome.
Yeah. Well, pins, I think
They're so useful.
they are, and it's a functional marketing tool.
Mhm.
But I think people overlook them so much. But when you have a good pin, people can hang on to it, right? They put
Yeah.
it in their purse, and then somebody's like, "Hey, do you have a pin?" Absolutely, here you go. And then they forget, and they've got the pin. So it's like viral marketing being passed between person to person
It's
through a pin
awesome. Through a
that has
pen.
your branding on it. I love it. I love it. We also did so in your suite that you're in. We did your window vinyl,
Correct.
and then you actually do events. So we did your canopy tent
Yep.
and tablecloth to match your branding,
Yep.
and they're fully
Love it.
sublimated. They look so
They
good.
do.
I
Turned
saw
out great.
your first event that you did when we did those. There was a picture, and I was like, oh my gosh, it looks so good whenever when branding is done professional and
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
But sunglasses is another one. This one was fun. We've
This is
actually
fun.
done two
I think
orders
two
of
orders of
these.
them, yep.
And so that means, that's huge because, 4th of July,
Mhm.
whatever. Just put some shades on. And have your
Again,
little
very,
brand.
very useful.
Right, yes, yeah, yep. Stickers, we did, the
Yeah.
little oval stickers.
Mhm.
Your A-frame sign that you put out,
Yep,
that has
yep.
your marketing information on both sides, and we did flip them to where you can actually change it out
Correct.
however you need it.
Yep.
Your shirts for homecoming, we did.
Mhm.
Actually, it was a group sponsorship type thing,
Correct.
but you led
That's
that.
awesome, yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then your wristbands, which are cool. These, I haven't really understood why these are such a huge hit with kids, but they are.
They are.
I've
Yeah.
seen kids with just maybe 50 of them on
Yeah,
their
yeah,
wrist that they just collect. Oh,
Yeah.
it's a thing. I don't
Mhm.
know. But
That's so funny.
we got them done for you, and I love it. Your phone case.
Yes.
Do you have? Oh, actually, here. I'm gonna say you have it, but it's
So
out.
I have a new phone since then, so I
Oh,
probably need to
we're-
talk to you about getting a new one.
But yeah, it had your branding
was
on
awesome.
it, and
And
it
it had
had
that
your
QR
QR
code,
code,
yep.
so that can
Yep.
be
that
scanned.
came in handy.
That's actually one of the things, because I've got one that's a custom one too, and it's so helpful because if I don't have a business card on me,
Yep.
all you
What
do
you
is
need.
you always have your phone on you,
Mhm.
so you've got your business card thing there. Your truck magnets.
Yes, that's been awesome.
So that whenever you can go somewhere, you can just throw them
Mhm.
on and you're good. And buttermints. So
Yes.
yeah, these
Those are
actually,
popular.
I love these.
Those are very popular.
So I have to, Chick-fil-A does those buttermints, and we found out who does their buttermints,
Yeah.
and that's exactly what these are, and we can customize
Those
and
are
I
fun,
love it.
especially as a chiropractor. I get to give those to people and say, "You want a free adjustment?" And there's a little dad joke moment, but
Yeah.
it's fun.
Adjustment, yes, that's right, we did, we put that on there too, yeah. I love it. Yep,
So good.
perfect. No, so that's kind of it's just been really nice to be able to work with, over the last 2 years on
Yeah.
all of your branding
It's
and
been
just
fun.
helping
You
it
guys
make
have done so
stand
well
out.
with it.
So, well, good. I'm glad. I'm really glad to hear that, because that's one thing that we want to make sure that we always, do what you need and it actually helps, right?
Yeah.
It's not just we're, throwing your logo on something and it's not actually helping you
Right.
market your brand. What would you say sets your business apart from other chiropractors?
So one thing that I've noticed working in a lot of different clinics, a lot of different places, is that a growing trend with chiropractors is to have the initial visit where you come in, get checked out, get an exam done, and immediately the patient is confronted with a massive treatment plan of, you have to commit to this $2,000 or $3,000 treatment plan upfront before
Oh.
any treatment,
Without knowing if
without
it's gonna work.
knowing if their doctor's even good.
Yeah.
And you have to commit to this whole thing,
Yeah.
or else go find somebody else.
Mm-mm.
Fortunately, I get a lot of those people because they say no,
Yeah.
because they use their brain,
Yeah.
and they come see
Yeah.
me hoping that it's not the same thing.
Yeah.
And and I've seen this for probably about 10 years
Mhm.
at this point, where that is a growing trend.
Mhm.
And so if you don't do that, you actually have an advantage, a pretty big advantage, because I like people to come see me because they are getting better and
Right.
they already know it. So I always treat on the first visit, which is also not always the case.
Right.
But I want people to leave that first visit, first of all, feeling better.
Uh-huh.
But then second time they come back, they'll have a real good idea.
Right.
You're helping me already.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah. So that's one area. That's a small thing though that I sometimes take for granted because that's the way that I work. but I'm shocked at how many chiropractors do that.
Yeah.
It's
well,
more than...
It kind of turns you off as a customer.
Correct.
Because it's like, is this just a money grab? Are you just here to collect a paycheck and not actually serve your clients and actually help them out, right?
Right.
So you want some kind of, it's a kind of a give take. You almost have to show me what you're good at.
Of course, 100%. And don't get me wrong, I will make recommendations for treatment plans for, sometimes people come in, they have a chronic issue that is not going to go away with one adjustment or one treatment.
Yeah.
So I'll make recommendations, but I always stress to the patient,
Mm-hmm.
completely up to you with what you want to do with this recommendation. If
I gotcha.
you just want to come in once every 6 months when it gets real bad, that's
Right.
better than nothing. And I'd
Yeah.
love to be the answer for you
Yeah.
in that moment.
Yeah.
But of course I explain to them the reason.
Mm-hmm.
So I say,
Mhm.
here's what I recommend and here's why, because we can get it to a much, much better place where you're not always stiff and achy and sore, and where you're not saying every day, oh, I'm just getting older.
Right.
All those types of things. That's because you haven't taken care of those joints.
Right.
And they're whispering that there's an issue. But, the straw that breaks the camel's back is when you sleep wrong, or you twist wrong, or you move wrong, suddenly it's screaming at you.
Yeah.
And so I try to educate people, and that's one of the best parts about being a chiropractor, is helping people kind of shift their mindset from, like, joint health is not just about pain. Of course, that's a part of it.
Right.
But if your joints are healthy, pain is not really in the picture at all.
Yeah.
So most people think, yesterday I was fine, but today I woke up and I'm in pain. That means there was an issue yesterday. It just
Yeah.
wasn't bad enough for your body to get your attention about it.
Okay.
And so teaching people that, like, I like to give the example of a dentist. You go to a dentist,
Mm-hmm.
you don't only go when your tooth is aching.
Right.
You go
Right.
because you're
Yeah.
interested in your dental health.
Right. Yeah.
So as a chiropractor, I'm interested in your joint health and your muscle health.
Right.
And so pain is, yes, it is an indicator that there needs to be some things done, but absent of pain, there's still other things that can tell you that there's, something that needs some help.
Yeah.
And so people, I see way too often, people in their 60s or even 70s come in and see me, and they talk about, I've never had any back pain, but now I'm being told I need back surgery. And it creeps up on people, and they have no idea because they haven't listened to the whispers.
Right.
They-
Well, and I think too, there's a lot of, because my mom went through this with a chiropractor and hurt her like bad, and I think that's
not
where
all
a lot of
chiropractors are the same.
no, and I think that's where some people, like, I was scared to death to go to a chiropractor before I actually ever saw one.
Yeah.
And because I was like, no, they're just gonna hurt you. It shouldn't hurt to go
You
to a
see these
chiropractor.
violent-looking
Yes.
videos, and
Yeah, and your neck go. I'm like, nope,
shouldn't
I'm
make
out.
that sound.
no. But I was shocked at how, when I went to go see you, it didn't hurt when you cracked my back or aligned or whatever, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't a cracking of the back. You hear that because
Right.
you're aligning
Yeah.
your spine back in place, but it didn't hurt, and it shouldn't hurt.
It shouldn't hurt.
Yeah, that's what it was like. When you hear of those horror stories of chiropractors, I think that's where a lot of people go, no.
Right, and so there is a stigma about chiropractors, generally
Yeah.
speaking, that whether it's from, them having somebody in their family that has had a bad experience, because
Yes.
those happen, unfortunately,
Yeah,
or, some medical doctors. A lot of times, maybe they don't understand, maybe they don't want to lose their own patients.
right,
Um,
right.
But there's a lot of stigma. That's, I think, the best
Mhm.
way to say it. There's a lot
Yeah.
of stigma about chiropractors, and breaking through that
Yeah.
has also been it's a very rewarding part
Yeah.
of what I do. Because just about a month ago, I saw a patient, first time I had ever seen this patient, and he was somebody who 10 years, I think, before, he
Okay.
had a pretty bad injury with a chiropractor. Like,
Uh.
he was hurting a little bit, he went to see
Uh-huh.
the chiropractor, got adjusted poorly,
Yeah.
and a ton of pain, and had to have a surgical consultation, and had to have all pain management, had to get involved.
Yep.
Really bad situation.
Yeah.
And I see this patient's wife, and the
Uh-huh.
wife convinced him eventually
Yeah.
to come see me and give me a try.
Yeah.
He was very hesitant, as anybody would be.
Yeah.
But nothing but great experiences for him, and he has raved about
That's awesome.
how it could be, and now he
Right.
understands it better.
Yeah. Well, and it is. It all comes down to the right person to go to, right? The right chiropractor to go to that knows what they're doing instead of just saying they know what they do and then hurt you, right?
Yep.
So, no, and what I've always thought was, one of the things that I learned about you too is you don't just do chiropractor stuff, you also do physicals for school.
Correct. I do
So,
physicals.
yeah, which is huge
Uh-huh.
because you don't have to go 20, 30 miles to go get a physical done for your kid that they have to
Right.
have done every other year.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
just
it's
go.
every year now.
Is it every year now?
Now
Okay.
that Gunter is larger and
Yeah.
they have more
Oh,
move-ins
that's
every
right.
year,
We just bumped up to
bumped up to
Division 1 and 3A.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That too.
because we were
Um,
Division 2, but now we've
But
moved
even
up
this
to-
last year when we were Division 2, because there are so many move-ins every year,
Yeah,
just to have control of it, they're
they
saying
changed
every
it to
year
every
now.
year. Okay, so then every year during the summer,
And so
they can book
I'm
a
one of the
physical.
only, or maybe the only option in town
Okay.
for that. So that's
Yeah.
comes in handy.
Yeah, no, and that's nice to know too. Just, I mean, because it's convenience,
Hmm.
and it's so quick. I mean, you did Roman's physical for him, and it was, I think we were in and out. It didn't mess with any schedules. It was just, we were good. Everything was filled out.
Yep.
School was happy, and I'm happy because
Yeah.
I didn't have to drive 30 minutes each way.
Right.
So that's awesome. Tell me a little bit more about yourself and your
Okay.
family and kind of who you are.
Okay. So yeah, I was a military brat growing up, so I grew up all over.
Okay.
Didn't really have a home.
Yeah.
But I did have
Did you say military brat? So your dad or mom?
my dad
Okay.
was Air
was it-
Force. Yep.
Okay.
A whole
okay.
career there.
I love it.
So so that means I didn't have a home necessarily to
Yeah,
go back
a
to.
hometown
Grew up
or- yeah.
everywhere, literally.
Mhm.
But for 2 years when I was younger, when I was 12 and 13, we lived in Texas.
Okay.
And ever since then, I wanted to find my way back. So
Okay.
chiropractic school is one of the top chiropractic schools is here in Dallas.
Okay.
And so.
So
since I
where
learned
were
that-
you before
Going to school.
Texas?
Before Texas, I was in Utah,
Okay.
where I went to school.
Okay.
And I met my wife there.
Okay.
We had our first child there, and we've had 2 more since, so I have 3 kids.
Okay.
Um,
Boys, girls.
oldest is a boy, the
Okay.
other 2 are girls,
Okay.
and they're awesome.
And they all go to Salina.
They all go to Salina schools.
Perfect.
Yep.
I love
Yep.
it.
So I have 2 in high school now and 1 in elementary school,
Okay.
and it's a lot of fun.
God.
They keep me busy.
Yeah. Man, it is crazy too when they hit high school. It's like,
Things are different.
it is different.
funny,
and then whenever they graduate, it's like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah, only one of my high schoolers is driving. and
Okay.
That's super helpful and it's been
Yeah.
great. But my freshman daughter, she turned into a social butterfly as soon as she got to high school. So she wants to do all the hangouts and all the extracurricular.
So is she 15, 14?
She's 14, about to turn 15.
So she's like probably itching to get her permit.
Oh yeah,
And then will itch to get, like, she'll be one of those at 16
right away. Because she
on
wants
her
all the
birthday.
freedom. Yep. Yep.
Gotta find her a car.
Yep.
It's
Gotta
coming
figure
up.
it out. Yep.
I love it. That is awesome. Tell us something that people may not know about you. You just said that you were a military brat.
Mhm.
Grew up in the, your dad was in the military. Is there something, hobby, whatever, that you are into that people would not expect or that just don't not really know about you?
So one thing about me that almost nobody knows
Uh-huh.
is that I am fluent in Spanish.
Are you really?
Mhm.
That's helpful.
It is extremely helpful and I have, so some people know, but it's the people that have come in hoping that I have at least, forms in Spanish
Something, yeah.
or a way to communicate with them, and
Well,
I'm always
that's
excited.
huge.
It is huge. There's a lot of Hispanics.
A
in-
bilingual chiropractor
Mhm.
in Texas
In Texas, it's very handy.
is extremely handy.
Mhm.
That's good to know. I didn't realize that.
Yeah, most
Okay.
people don't know.
Well, there you go. I love it. So, there you go. If you're Spanish speaking, contact Doug. I love it. So, what's something you wish you had known when you first started your business?
Oh man, there's a lot of thoughts that come to mind with that. First, maybe changing the question a little bit.
Okay.
So I wish that I had known before how doable it was. As scary as the leap is.
Yeah.
And the timing worked out great, so
Yeah.
maybe that's how it needed to happen.
Yeah.
But I wish I would have started Gunter Chiropractic
Earlier.
sooner.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
year or two earlier would have been
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah. Running your own business could be very, very rewarding, but
Mhm.
it also has its struggles.
It has its struggles, but
Yeah.
the freedom, I'm not answering to a boss. I'm not
Yes.
asking for time off.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
making all those decisions, and I have to live with the repercussions of less income possibly, or
Yeah.
whatever those might be. But
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
wish that I had known how doable it was.
Yeah.
And how prepared I was,
Yeah.
honestly. Because the different experiences that I had, that I mentioned earlier,
Yep.
they prepared me in so many different ways. I hadn't been the owner, but I had done so much of the management of everything that I
Mhm.
knew how to do it. I just
Yeah.
hadn't done it yet.
Yeah, I think that's crazy too. The experiences that you have before you start your own business prepare you for running your own business. I mean, there's so many things that I've run into that I'm like, had I not had experienced these things working for somebody else under good management, or, it could be good or bad, you still learn from those experiences and know, okay, I either do or don't want to do things
Right.
that way in my
I
own
want
business.
to do it this way. I want to avoid that way.
Right, right.
100%.
Yeah, no, I think that's so important too, is to always, you don't ever regret anything in life, but you learn from it, and
Mhm.
as long as you learn from it.
Make it better going forward.
Exactly.
Yep.
You
Yep,
just keep moving
100%.
forward. Yeah, I love it. I love it. So what, like we said, there are struggles. What kind of struggles in the last 2 years running your own business have come across?
There are seasonal ups and downs
Uh-huh.
that, as a business owner, where I still have bills, I still have to
Yes.
pay.
You still have overhead
I
and
still have overhead.
expenses, and yes, that's
Um,
probably one of the biggest struggles for most businesses.
And there's moments where I'll have a great month, and it'll be seasonal, but in my head I'm thinking, oh, I'm just moving in the right direction really fast. I'm ready to take all these next things on.
Yep.
And then the next month, seasonally again, there's a little
Yeah.
dip. December, late December,
Yeah.
some
Take
people
off.
are around, and
Yeah.
they make it a priority.
Yeah.
Some people are out of town. Some
Yeah.
people are busy with everything else. That there's a dip
Yeah.
every single year.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
learning to manage the ups and downs
Yep.
well.
Yeah. The
Has
peaks
been a
and
challenge.
valleys. Yeah. So whenever you have a peak, make sure you hold off some funds,
Yep.
cash flow, for those valleys that you might experience in the future.
Yep.
Right.
And then also I want to get my brand out there. I want to sponsor things. I want to
Yeah.
get out there. So especially in my first year, I probably did everything
Mhm.
that people told me about, and the different offers made to me, I jumped on just about every
Yeah.
single one.
Yep.
And so dialing that into what are the ones I really want to focus on, what are
Right.
the things that I really want to, like school sports.
Yeah.
That's been my favorite thing, and I
Yeah.
think incredibly valuable, because you have parents sitting in the stands, you
Mhm.
have logo sitting in front of everybody as they show up to the
Right.
stadium or wherever it is.
Right.
So
Yeah.
just kind of dialing in that,
Yep.
and not just throwing it everywhere,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
managing that a little bit better
Yep.
has been an adventure.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, because marketing budget is a real thing. Because when you first start your business, you want the whole world to know
Yep.
that you're there.
Mhm.
But then you realize, the following year, it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to taper this
Some
back
of
a
those
little
weren't
bit.
worth it. Some of those were
Right,
very
you
worth
learn
it.
from them,
Yep.
and you figure out, okay, where is my money best spent, and and youth sports is huge. I
Mhm.
mean, it's a great way, and it supports the kids. But you have to consider, what are my overhead expenses,
Mhm.
and what actually can I allocate to a marketing budget.
Right.
It is a real struggle, I think, for most businesses to learn that, figure that out. And I think most people just don't realize that all your overhead sometimes too, that
Right.
you're having to deal with. So
Yeah.
So on the flip side, what has been the most rewarding part of owning your own business?
So I think what I love the most is the chance to. I've talked a lot about educating patients
Yeah.
and how that's a process and
Yeah.
hopefully shifting their mindset. What I absolutely love is when I am able to get a patient to take steps on their own along with following care, treatment recommendations, and they get to enjoy their life again.
Yeah.
There's actually just very recently, I had a patient who, he's an older gentleman that he had put away his golf clubs. He said, I guess I can't play anymore.
And that was probably something he loved to do.
And he loved to do it.
Yeah.
He was retired and he enjoyed it, and he put them away a while ago. And
Okay.
had just been living in that new reality. He came to see me kind of for something else. But that was part of the treatment, that area that was the issue that he thought was unfixable.
Yeah.
But we got it going again. We got the joints moving, we got the joints healthy. He's playing golf now.
I love
And-
that. And he's probably just beside himself, like
He's-
just loving life again.
That's what he imagined in his retirement, and definitely for a lot more years still. And now he's doing that.
I
And
love that.
He can do whatever he wants. He can get on the ground and play with his grandkids. He can
Yeah.
play golf all day. He can do all the things that he hoped. When it's gone, it changes your life. And when it's back, it's exciting, and it's
Yeah.
especially for somebody like that. Those are my most rewarding moments,
That's
where I get to bring that back to somebody.
So Doug, tell everybody where they can find you, how to get a hold of you, what your website is, all the things.
So I'm located right in Gunter on Wellness Row, which is on 4th Street, just south of the fire station.
Okay.
I'm on Instagram and Facebook, just Gunter Chiropractic, at Gunter Chiropractic for Instagram, and www.gunterchiropractic.com is my
Perfect.
website. Where
And
you
they can book an appointment online.
on the website, yep.
Awesome.
Really easy way to book the
Yeah.
appointment. And,
I love it.
Yep.
Doug, thank you so much for coming on. We really
Absolutely.
appreciate you coming in and meeting with us. And it's always fun learning about our businesses that we work with a little bit more. I mean, I've learned even more about you and your business just speaking with you today, and I love it. So thank you so much for coming
Absolutely.
out and
You've been awesome.
coming to talk with us and just letting everybody know what you do. So
Love it.
thanks for
Very welcome.
watching. Again, I lost
Yeah,
my words.
You were burned out, and then I said, let's do one more.
No, you're good. Don't.
For granted.
For granted, thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
Blooper.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm having a hard time understanding this question. All right. So yeah.
I forgot what I was about to do with that.
Yeah, it's okay. What's something that... Thanks for watching Behind the Brand. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications for more real conversations with real brands. All the details on today's guests are linked below, so go follow them and show your support. We'll see you on the next episode.